Video here. Today we're going to be talking about the new Noble Knight cards. We're going to be talking about today the Noble Knight Eachtar, the Noble Knights of the Round Table, and then just the whole deck in general. Without further ado, let's just get into the effects. We've got ourselves the Noble Knight Eachtar. Dark Warrior effect, level 5, 1600 attack, 2000 defense. At this point in time, your first thoughts are probably going to be something like, this card's bad, it's got like crap stats and it's level 5. But we go on to the next step. And it says, you can banish 2 Noble Knight monsters from your graveyard, special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. You can only use this effect of the Noble Knight Eachtar once per turn. A Synchro or XYZ summon of a Noble Knight monster using this card as a material cannot be negated. Also, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects when that monster is special summoned. So you can't use Solemn Warning, and you cannot use Torrential or Bottomless. So pretty much this card guarantees that your rank 5, or if you actually like to use the Synchro guy, will not be affected in any way. Next, we're going to move on to the Noble Knights of the Round Table. There were a lot of different effects of this card, so when I looked it up online, so if there are some minor discrepancies in the translation of what I will be telling you, tell me below. This is the one that I found most common. During your end phase, you can activate one of each of these effects once per turn, depending on the total number of Noble Knight cards with different names in your graveyard and or you control. So we're just going to get into the basic part of the effect. It goes 3 or more, you can send 1 Noble Knight card from your deck to the graveyard. 6 or more, special summon 1 Noble Knight monster from your hand, then equip a Noble Arm spell from your hand to that monster. 9 or more, target 1 Noble Knight monster in your graveyard, add that card to your hand. And then the last one is, if you have 12 or more, you can draw 1 card. These cards aren't bad. I think that this deck is really promoting a new version of Noble Knights. At first, the way that Noble Knights were played, you ran like 4 different monsters and you used like 10 spells and equips and stuff, and you used other cards to support you, and then you were just trying to get those 2 guys out and give them the equips, and then your field was set up instantly, and then you had your XCs out, and your XCs was huge and like invincible. This card, or these new cards, the Brothers, Eachtar, and the Noble Knights of the Round Table, all push for a new build of the deck. This new build is a lot different than normal builds. This new build involves you running a lot more monsters, like the Gay one, J-Win if you really care, and then other cards such as the Artorgius for you starting to run that Rescue Rabbit again, or using the Perdur, or even just using this guy, the Eachtar and the Brothers. Because you'll be running a heavier amount of monsters, the Brothers will be a lot better. First of all, it'll allow you to recycle your cards. Second of all, you will actually have all the monsters, so when you summon the Brothers, you can go boom boom XCs. Especially with the fact that Eachtar would work amazing with this, because you go Brothers, summon a bunch, XCs, get rid of cards, and get this out. And it's just, this deck is really pushing towards this new XYZ spam build. A lot of people are trying to ignore that, and they're trying to say new cards have to work for my current build of the deck. It's the only way that the game can work, is if I don't get new cards for how I'm currently playing the deck, then it's a bad card. And that is not true. The reason why is, in the build that I'm currently playing of Noble Knights Online, which I'll post a video later about, I am using a very monster-heavy build, where it is constantly based on me establishing advantage from me summoning cards and XC'ing cards and getting all these different effects out when I want to, as opposed to me focusing on this guy, and then going off. Because of my different build, I'm able to use effects of strange monsters mainly in the extra deck, as opposed to other people's just focusing on the main deck. I can use cards like Brothers to just go Brother, boom boom, XCs, right there I have myself that new heroic card. Or I can go Summon, get cards, get the other cards out. Use my equip to use the Boars to throw more equips to XC summon because I suddenly have the 3 monsters. It's a new build of this deck that is not currently played. And especially because of this new Noble Knight spell card. You can do so many more new things. Okay, first of all, it lets you send them into the graveyard to fill your graveyard up for soul charges, or for this card itself, or just to be able to use this card to be able to send the cards that you need in the graveyard in there. Other things. You can special summon 1 Noble Knight monster from your hand and then equip a Noble Arms to this. Since it's during the end phase, it's okay. So you can get onto the field, boom, summon Tristan, boom, equip it, now I can destroy a card. Next is target one Noble Knight monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So if you have 9 down there, using the effects of the first effect, 3 or more send one, or the effects of Brothers, just mass getting cards on the field to send them into the grave and such, it's just you will be getting the effects of that off a lot more than you think you will. As well as the 12 draw 1 card that's not really a big deal. Let's see, this thing, during your end phase you can activate. So it's only during your turn sometime, or depending on the effects that you read online, some think that it's during your opponent's turn. This is the most official one I got. It's right off Yu-Gi-Oh! Wikia. I'll try and put a link in the description. Now, Noble Knights in general are no longer just, okay, I'm going to use these 2 or these 3 and just get cards out. I'm going to get my XCs out and you're not going to worry about it. My board's just going to set things up and my other guy's going to set things up. And using these, I'm going to be able to get to the cards I need right away and just get my XCs out. This is a different build. Using cards like the Eachtar, and using cards like this, and using cards like the Boars, and all these other things, and the Jaywin, and the Artorias. You will be focusing on a much heavier monster spam build of the deck. Or get monsters out, get monsters engraved right away, first turn. And you will be consistently getting all the cards that you need right away. Because in this build of the deck, it's no longer the only cards I need are these 3. It is now the cards I need are just ways to put things on the field. These new builds of this deck, there's just going to be a really cool builds with this deck coming out. People are really stuck in a rut. They see a new card and then they go, that does not work for my current deck, it's bad. Their first thought. That's the same thing with the Ghost Trick Succubus or So Cute Boss. What? Anyways, it's just that card did not work in the original kind of builds of the Ghost Tricks. At the same time as, if you're using Doll and stuff, you can't flip up Doll and then XCs into it because it'll just go back down and you failed to hold your opponent's zone. But if you're starting to use like the Cat Girl and stuff, you can just get some really interesting things off. And it's just, all of it's really simple because it's just, you got to think about how to build decks in new ways. And that's just something that this card is very clearly trying to provoke. People right now are stuck in a rut of, I will only play one build. And this new Noble Knight spell card says, no, here's a new card. It's good. Make it work. Tell me what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. If you think this card's just complete crap, trash, horribleness, tell me in the below why. Tell me why you think that this build of a Noble Knights is bad. Because yes, you can draw Rescue Rabbit and the 3 Artorias and have absolutely nothing to do. But at the same time, if you do that, all you have to do is get to your brother and that rabbit is suddenly live. Because you can just go, brother, 2 Artorias, Xyz, Hex, double detach, recycle, and then rabbit to bring him back. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Thanks for watching. Yeah. I'm waking up to